Okay, now that we're back, basically we have the basic shape. Okay, we're going to fine tune it, mount it now, and fine tune it. So when you put it in the chuck, make sure that it's solid all the way around that perimeter that I showed you. Okay, and then lock it down. And we'll unlock the lathe so I can get a nice bite on it. I'm checking to make sure that it's got an equal bite all the way across. It's touching. And I give it a nice turn. Okay. For safety purposes, if you prefer, you can put the tailstock back in. What I'm going to do now is make a nice final cut on the down side of this here. Okay, now, if you do your tendon right, 90% of the time, this thing is running true. I didn't even have to actually reshape it or anything. A lot of times when you put it back in the chuck, there's a little bit of wobble. This thing is actually running extremely true right now. So what I want to do, though, is get a nice final cut on the down side. This is a very light finesse cut. So we're going to take it right in here. Okay, I know I had a stop and start in there, but I'll tell you what, if you look at it right now, the main thing I look for is tear out. Some of these highs and lows, now this is a green piece of wood. It's easier for me to show you on a green piece of wood than a dry piece, obviously, but that looks pretty good right now. You can always clean these things up if you need be by not scraping, but actually shearing. And when I shear, I have this down and I'm coming in at a very light shear cut right in there, and I blended that area like that. Okay, I like this part right here, but don't worry about the bottom right now because we're going to end up redoing that once we reverse it one more time. So let's see how the top looks. I'm okay with this form right now. But what I'm going to do is get rid of the top now. So we'll do that real quick here. And okay, that's not too bad. I'm not sure if I'm not going to spend a lot of time on form with you guys right now. This is not my ideal form, actually, to tell you the truth. I do need to change it real quick and try. No, we'll just leave it for right now. You'll get the general idea. It's hard to teach forms to people. You just, that's something that's really not teachable. You can get the general idea, but it's not exactly a teachable subject. So, anyways, right now we have exactly where I want it. Because it's for length of time, I'm just going to take there and make a little bit of a indentation right there. Good. Okay. Now, as we're going to move along real quick here, what we're going to do is I told you right now that right where I did this little indentation right there is going to be the is going to be the inside of your hollow form. So what I'm going to do is take a 1-inch drill bit that inserts into the tailstock. I'm going to put the tip right down there, right there, and then I'm going to make a mark at the top. Okay, that's as far as I'm going to drill. Now I have a piece of tape. You guys can use a pen, whatever works for you. So right now I just used a piece of tape where I want to go, and all I got to do is get the center out. There we go. Okay, we'll put the center over there, and I'll mount this. Now with one ways, you're going to have an adapter because we got a 3 Morse staple in the tailstock. So I'll turn it back on. I'm going to go to the depth of right there where we marked the tape, which is going to be right at that particular point right there. So I'll slow it down a little bit for drilling. And okay. Now you're going to have to clean this quite often once it starts building up. I can feel it dragging, so I'll pull it out. There you go. Retract it. Building. Retract it. One more time, we'll be right about there. Right there. Okay, now we're ready to go. We have the depth that we need, and what we're going to do is start hollowing. So, I'm going to take a break right here and get this set up for hollowing, and I'll be right back. Okay, hey, now that we have it mounted and we have our pilot hole drilled to the depth we want, you know, I've used almost every hollowing tool out there, from freehand, every manufacturer, from Jakowski's system to Jordan to Ellsworth to Kelton. I have them all, but for you guys, what I want to show you right now is one of the best systems. You know, it's an easy system, and no one wants wood turning to be hard. It's manufactured by Don Derry, a good friend of mine, and that would be at www.derrytools.com. It's a laser-guided system, okay? Basically, it's this setup right here with the tool rest and the bar and the laser. Now, you can see that the laser will be located at the tip, and throughout the hollow form, you'll be changing the laser location due to different areas of the hollow form. So what we're going to do is come down and start taking the middle out, and then progressively get wider and wider and wider. And what this tool likes is basically a back and forth cutting motion. You can cut on both ways, back and forth, when you're cutting. But what we do is we need to get rid of the bulk inside of it right now and get down to a uniform wall thickness of, let's say, 1/4 inch all the way through the hollow form. And the setup basically is just to set this bar straight so that the bar goes into the hole straight. Set your laser. I have it set right now at about 1/4 inch from the tip. And in the next video, we'll start the hollowing process. Our next step is we're going to hollow. Now, due to the time frame, and hollowing takes quite a while, so I'm going to get you started and show you how easy the tool works and how we're going to work our way down. But then we'll roll ahead once I've gotten most of the meat out and we get down to close to the wall thickness that we want. So to start, basically I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on at about 800 RPM. Okay, everything looks fine. What I'm going to do is just come in and just start. And what it is just a rocking motion, and I'm coming back building a shelf basically, and back and forth. And when I come back, I can fill the shelf. Now, the thing you got to do with any hollow form until you get started, obviously, is you always got to get that material out of there because it's going to bind inside. So now that I got it out, I can start again. And until I open up a good-sized void, okay, one more time. And this is always the part that we got to take our time and get the material out because the tool will bind. So that's what I'm doing now. So let me get some of this bulk out, then you guys can rejoin me after I got down to about, let's say, a 1/4 inch wall thickness all the way through.